Assalamu alaikum. So dear students, in the last recording, we discussed about the hepatitis B virus and regarding the topic hepatitis, we started it from the recording. We started in the recording number 26, then 27. Now this is recording number 28. And this would be probably the last recording. This is in the topic of hepatitis. So let's start the hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is caused by hepatitis C virus. Hepatitis C virus genome contains single-stranded RNA. So hepatitis C is single-stranded RNA virus. And the HCV doesn't kill the infected cell. It triggers an immune inflammatory response that either clears the infection or slowly destroys the liver. So, hepatitis C virus is capable of rapid genetic variation to evade the immune system. As you notice that the HCV is RNA virus. So, you know that in RNA viruses, the high rate of mutation during the process of RNA to DNA in the host cell through reverse transcriptase enzyme. So the characteristic of this rapid genetic variation and also the inefficiently culturing of this virus complicates the search for an effective vaccine. Hepatitis C is a silent epidemic and kills more people than AIDS. Hepatitis C is often clinically inapparent and few people have recognizable symptoms until about 20 years of the infection. Even today, probably only a minority of infections have been diagnosed of. And these diagnoses are often detected or done. These diagnoses are often done, or the hepatitis C is often detected only and only during the routine testing, such as for insurance purposes or blood donation. Otherwise, clinically the hepatitis C virus remains inapparent. So nobody goes for the testing and diagnosis of hepatitis C. But whenever the person or individual do routine tests such as for insurance purposes or for blood donation, so then it is diagnosed. A majority of cases, perhaps as high as 85%, progress to chronic hepatitis, a much higher rate than with HPV. So the rate of hepatitis C prevalence is more than the hepatitis B. The surveys indicated in an estimated 3.2 million of the US population only are chronically infected with hepatitis C. About 25% of these chronically infected patients with HCV develop liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. Hepatitis C is probably the major reason for liver transplantation. People infected with hepatitis C virus should be immunized against both hepatitis A viruses and hepatitis B viruses. And now the combination of hepatitis A and hepatitis B virus vaccines are available because these people cannot afford the risk of further liver damage. A person is infected with HCV, so he should be immunized with HAV and HBV vaccine as he is suffering from liver inflammation due to hepatitis C virus. So the person would not be able to further afford or tolerate any liver damage So the persons infected with HCV should be immunized with both the HIV and HPV vaccines. Regarding the prevention of HCV, HCV prevention is a little bit different from the rest of the hepatitis viruses. Here, preventing HCV is limited to minimizing exposure to the virus, and even sharing of items such as razors, toothbrushes, or nail clippers is dangerous. A common source of infection is the sharing of the injecting equipments among the injecting drug users, and at least 80% of these injecting drug users are infected with HCV. The most important thing here in the case of HCV is that that is, in more than 1/3 of the cases, the mode of transmission cannot be identified. So, mean that the transmission mode in 1/3 of cases is not identified as whether it is transmitted by contaminated blood, sexual contact, or other means. So this is the most important thing in the case of HCV. As far as the treatment is concerned, the hepatitis C virus, the drug combination pig interferon and ribavirin is the treatment of choice in the case of hepatitis C virus or hepatitis C disease. The disadvantages of this treatment, the combination of the pig interferon and ribavirin, is that it requires several months. It's extensive and expensive treatment and requires several months. It is also many potentially side effects. The treatment has also side effects, many side effects. However, complete eradication of HCV is attained in many cases with the combination of these two drug and the treatment of choice. Two investigational drugs, the protease inhibitors, favipiravir and boceprevir, appear to be promising treatments for patients who have not responded to other drugs. So dear students, says early in the beginning of the topic hepatitis, I think that was in the recording number 26, I told you that in the last of the when we cover the topic hepatitis, and in the last I will show you in a summarized form the characteristics of various forms of the viral hepatitis. So we are here to conclude the topic hepatitis, and we ended this topic. The information, the knowledge I shared with you people was mostly from the book of Tortora, Funk and Cass, the authors of the book, An Introduction to Microbiology, which I have 10th edition with me. So you can go and you can search it, all the material here, and you can read all the things here also. That is a good book. You can use that book as a textbook. So you can download it from the internet, or you may have the hard copy with you from the library of the University of Swat. So here I am going to start to share some of the characteristics of the viral hepatitis. So here we go. The hepatitis A virus caused disease hepatitis A. Similarly, hepatitis B disease is caused by hepatitis B viruses. Hepatitis C is caused by hepatitis C virus. Hepatitis D is caused by hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis E is caused by hepatitis E virus. Hepatitis A belongs to Picornaviridae family. Hepatitis B belongs to Heparnaviridae. Hepatitis C Flaviviridae family. Hepatitis D Deltaviridae. Hepatitis E Calliciviridae family. If we come to the method of transmission, so here hepatitis A is foodborne virus and transmitted through ingestion. Hepatitis B is transmitted through parenteral inoculation and sexual contact. Hepatitis C similarly parenteral. Hepatitis D parenteral requires co-infection with hepatitis B, and hepatitis E is again foodborne virus transmitted through ingestion. So the hepatitis A and hepatitis E are in ingestion, and the rest of the hepatitis B and hepatitis C are parenteral and sexual, and similarly the hepatitis D requires co-infection with hepatitis B virus. So this was all about. And if we come to the vaccine, so hepatitis A vaccines are available, inactivated virus vaccines are available, and post-exposure immune globulin are used for hepatitis A. Similarly, in case of hepatitis B, genetically modified vaccines are used, which are produced in yeast. Hepatitis C do not have any vaccine so far. Hepatitis B vaccines is protective. Hepatitis A vaccines is protective. Hepatitis B vaccines is protective for hepatitis D, as we earlier discussed that hepatitis D transmission require the infection with hepatitis B, that is co-infection with hepatitis B. So if we use vaccines against hepatitis B, that is we use the genetically modified vaccine, so we can have also immunized against the hepatitis D virus. So the main point that hepatitis C has no vaccines, and hepatitis A vaccines can be used for hepatitis E, and similarly hepatitis A and hepatitis B vaccines can be used in suspected patients of hepatitis C, that the hepatitis C patients cannot further tolerate the infection, any infection which can further which will further damage the liver of the affected individual. So hepatitis A and B vaccines are administered to hepatitis C suspected patients. So now, as you know that we studied that at least 5 different viruses cause hepatitis, and probably more remain to be discovered or become better known. So we are here to the point that apart from the hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E viruses, new techniques in molecular biology and serology have provided evidences of blood transmitted viruses known as hepatitis F, HFV, and hepatitis G, HGV. The HGV is found worldwide, and in the United States is more prevalent than HCV. HGV is closely related to HCV and is sometimes called GB virus C, GBV-C. Apparently, however, it is so well adapted to its human host that it causes no significant disease condition. About 5% of cases of chronic liver disease cannot be attributed to any known hepatitis in the series A through E. Whether these will eventually be attributed to hepatitis F virus, hepatitis G virus, or to some other member added to this alphabetic explosion is unknown. So here we learned that amongst the overall cases of the hepatitis, 5% cases are the cause of the 5% cases are unknown, so that can be attributed to whether the HFV or HGV or some other member added to this alphabetic explosion. So thank you for being with me, and we concluded the topic hepatitis. See you in the next topic in the recording number 29, inshallah. Thank you.